Yo, what's up everybody? It's your girl Flaquita, aka Vaina Flaca with Claro News. And today is Monday, December 14th, 2020. It's a beautiful day here in Miami. And look guys, we have a very special program lined up for you guys today, so stay tuned. But first, I want to thank all of my new subscribers for subscribing to my channel. I want to thank all the old subscribers for being here, and rocking out with me. And I want to thank all the new people that's about to come to my channel. We got to speak that into existence. But anyway, so we have 11 days left until Christmas. Whew! Wow, this year is getting up out of here. It's almost 2021. Wow. But hold on 1 second. I want to take a moment out to just acknowledge that Rebecca Mills and Christopher just had a baby boy, beautiful baby boy. So shout out to them. Congratulations to them. If you don't know who they are, head over to the channel, Mills channel. It used to be Mills Around, but now it just says Mills. Anyway, they have some really good information about the Dominican Republic, expat life, K-1 visas, and all of that. All of your questions will be answered over on the Mills channel. So shout out to them. What a blessing and how beautiful. So the next thing on our roster, okay, what you all came here to see is the Gossip Corner. Yo, the streets are active, more active. Okay, check it out. So Third Mundo hosted a StreamYard where he had Big J and Caribbean Casanova. Stuff started getting heated. I mean, like Caribbean Casanova and Big J was going at it. Supposedly, Caribbean Casanova pulled up on Big J. Big J didn't even know that he was being followed by Caribbean Casanova. So Big J's whole thing was, if you followed me all the way to Flip Flops, why didn't you make yourself known? Why didn't you show yourself? Why didn't you reveal yourself? Now, let's rewind a little bit. Let's go back about a week or so ago when Caribbean Casanova was going at Jrod. Now, when GoPro Cassandra, I'm just playing. No, but for real though, Caribbean Casanova came on my page. He was telling me a couple different things, couple different scenarios about what went down with him and Jrod, what went down, the reason why Jrod really is going home, why he left the Dominican Republic. And so I'm like, yo, Jrod, what's up? Dímelo. What's going on with you and Caribbean Casanova? What happened? What went down? What's your side of the story? And he's like, what, Flaquita? Let me come on your channel and tell you exactly what went down. I'm going to do an interview with you. So without further ado, because we ain't got a whole lot of time, I'm trying to hear what's going down. Everybody wants to know what happened. So without further ado, let me introduce Jrod. But hold up. Before we start, I need Jrod to take a Claro News oath, because I can't have nobody on my channel telling lies. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need people to be speaking their truth, like what really went down. Don't be telling no lies. So, Jrod, do you solemnly swear that you will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God under pains and penalties of perjury to Claro News?
I do.
Okay, but manito, Jrod, ¿cómo tú estás, papá? ¿Todo bien?
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. I'm doing well. First off, let me just say thank you so much for joining me today on my channel. I appreciate it. But yo, let's just get right into it, because we ain't got time for none of this.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm down with it.
All right, bet. So let's get started. My first question is, actually, just give me the backstory of how everything started. What's the beginning? How did all of this start? This whole beef.
All right. So just to clarify, like two things before I start this interview. This is by no means me trying to attack Caribbean Casanova. Okay, I don't want this to be a thing like where people feel like I'm trying to attack somebody. This is just me speaking my truth, because I've been quiet, for the past 9 months. And, it's just like, I feel like eventually at some point, I need to speak up and say my side of things. And this isn't for people. Also, I want people to understand that this isn't for me to make people hate the dude or to be like, oh, I want to be against Caribbean Casanova. I'm literally just sharing my truth. And that's all I can say on this channel. So, before I start this, because I don't want people to be like, oh, he's talking badly and stuff. It's just, I have to defend myself because I haven't said anything for the past 9 months. But in terms of, I guess where it all started, well, pretty much he had been leaving comments on my channel, like any other YouTuber. And one day I was in I was in this restaurant called Asian Tropical. This was like in Malecon, and I'm pretty sure you know where Asian Tropical is because you're Dominican, right?
Yes.
So so he had hit me up and said, "Hey, yo, like I see you in Asian Tropical. You should come by to Piantini. You know, we can get a bite to eat, get dinner, you know, whatever."
Mm-hmm.
But I had actually ended up going back to the States to finish school. So by the time he had messaged me, I told him, I was like, "Oh, I'm already back in the United States." But how we ended up becoming cool was he had saw my video I did. It was like my Sosua vlog. And in the vlog, I had met a number of YouTubers, Miko being one of the people. And he actually was the first person that informed me and told me that Miko was a pedophile. And he was like, "Bro, like, I don't know if you know this, but Miko is like a pedophile." And I was like, "What?" Like, I never heard anything. Like, that was my first time ever hearing something like that.
Right.
So I actually got in contact with people out in Sosua, and I contacted a YouTuber named Flip Flop. Some of the people might know who he is, but I asked him, I said, "Hey," I said, "Have you heard about this?" And he said, "Well, you know, people in Sosua, the streets talk, so if we don't got no facts, you know, then we really can't say anything." So I just kind of left it alone and, you know, just moved on about my business. You know, I was like, "All right, cool." But over time, just weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, I was just hearing more and more things. But I don't really want to focus on the Miko part yet because I know I want to kind of stay chronological with the story of how me and him, you know, were cool and then we fell out. But basically, he came to me on some, I guess, big brother type of stuff or whatever, like just kind of like, "Oh, well," because I had opened up to him and I shared with him, you know, like my father passed away when I was 12. I was a little kid. And I told him how, like, you know, I had to grow up and learn how to be a man on my own and stuff. And he was just kind of being, I guess, like a mentor or just trying to give me advice and saying like, "Oh yeah, like, you know, I can give you some advice and be like your big bro." So that's how me and him kind of connected. And he had told me all these different things that he knew about the country, like very positive person, like super mad intelligent. Okay, and this is something that people don't know about Caribbean Casanova, but dude is really, really intelligent.
Got it.
And so he was telling me like all these different things. And we was having these deep conversations about science and the universe. Like, just, it's crazy.
Right.
It's crazy. But basically, I guess like one of the things that I need to mention is that me and him, we were supposed to, I guess, have a YouTube channel, and he was going to be on my channel. And I had actually gave him the idea that he should do a YouTube channel where he would, because one thing I noticed about Caribbean Casanova is he hated YouTubers, right? He just absolutely hated all these YouTubers, and he had all this information about like the things that they've done and these incriminating things. Now, at the time, I believed it to be true because he sounds so convincing to me. But when he was telling me these things, I was like, "Yo, like, you need to put this out here. Like, people should know about it." Because the stuff he was saying, like pedophilia and all these different things about these people, I was like, I think it would be a good idea. So I actually agreed to, you know, help him set up a channel. That was something that he was interested in doing. And then he actually wanted to do it on my channel at first, and we were originally going to do that. But the only issue with that was a lot of the people who he did not like or had beef with, I didn't know them. You know, like it was like these random YouTubers that I never talked to or spoken to. So I was like, well, it's not going to be a good fit on my channel. It would be better if you know, do it on your channel. So that's kind of how me and him started our friendship.
Okay.
And I'm trying to think if I'm leaving anything else out. I think that's pretty much like how it started.
Okay, so Jrod, can you tell me what events broke up the friendship? So what events led up to breaking up the friendship?
All right, so there are three things that I would say are the reasons why I stopped being cool with him. Now, the first one, I wouldn't really consider this an accurate reason just because I know he had a hard life, and he told me like the things he went through in his life. So I understand why he is the way that he is. But one of the first things was just like the mood swings. I noticed one thing about him is that he gets very upset if you disagree with him about something, and he will argue you to your grave, like hours and hours and hours. It could be like the smallest little thing, but it just was kind of very bipolar. Like 1 minute everything would be good, then it would just be the next moment things would be crazy. And one thing about him is he actually wanted to manage my YouTube channel, and he was asking for like the password and stuff like that. And I was telling him like, "No, I don't feel comfortable giving out my password or whatever." But he was like, "Well, I want to get your channel up to this many views and this and that and the third." And I didn't really care about all that, but he was just trying to give me advice on what he felt was best for my channel. And, he would give me input on the different types of videos I should put. Like, one of the things he kept saying is, you always talk about the DR, but you never do enough content about you. Like, show stuff about Atlanta. So, I think I made like a video titled ATL Twerk Party. Well, that was from him. Like, he gave me the idea to do that. Or just any little videos in Atlanta. But one thing that was kind of irritating with me is if I did something that he didn't like or disagree with, he would just kind of flip out and act crazy. So if I uploaded a video that he felt like it wasn't what he wanted, he would get really upset about it. So it was just kind of one of those things where I kind of overlooked it. I just kind of let him, have his little mood swings and stuff. And I mean, even the way he talked was really disrespectful. But I think that was just kind of like, he called it like a brotherly love type of thing. Like, when I play sports, right? So I have like a coach, and they, how the coaches, they kind of down talk to you just to kind of toughen you up. So he would say things like, your channel's trash and it's lame and blah, 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 but it was kind of a little bit excessive sometimes, but I still kind of overlooked it. But the main two reasons, so that was like the first reason, but the main two reasons why I stopped being friends with him is because the constant disrespect of my friend Christina and him making jokes about the whole Miko Worldwide situation when it came out. He was trying to like make jokes and say that I was a part of the whole situation when he knows it's not true. And when I had confronted him about it, and I told him that I was like, if you my homie and you supposed to be my friend, I don't think that that's cool. And his response to it was just kind of like, oh, you need to get a backbone. Like you need to get a spine. Like stop being like essentially a weak ass bitch. Like that's what he was telling me. But I was like, bro, like pedophilia, that's not something to joke about, but
right.
The Christina thing right now, that seems to be something that's really, really bugging him. Like he's really, really upset about the Christina thing, and I don't know if you want to elaborate or you want me to talk about it, but that is something that's really key to why he hates me so much.
Well, you can elaborate. Who is Christina? Like, was one of you dating her? Like, what's the situation with Christina?
So Christina is one of my YouTube friends. She has a channel called Viva Bad by Christina. And basically, the way how Caribbean Casanova believes that I'm the reason that they're not cool, but that's not the truth. The real thing that happened between Caribbean Casanova and Christina is that he used to leave comments on the girl's channel like all the time, because Caribbean Casanova, he's known for leaving his little trolling comments, and he will argue with you up and down and say like, oh, I'm not trolling, that's just me. But he would leave comments that would kind of rub people the wrong way, and it used to rub her the wrong way. So one day she actually texted me. She said, and I have the messages, because I had to go back and look. And I was like, all right. But anyways, she texted me and said, yo, who's this Caribbean Casanova dude? Like, why is he always like writing all these crazy messages and stuff under my videos? And it's funny he says that, I'm the reason they're not cool, but I actually used to defend Caribbean Casanova to Christina, and I told her, I said, oh, this is my friend, he's like Cuban, Haitian, Jamaican. I was like, you got to just kind of take his comments with a grain of salt. And I actually told him, I said, yo, like when you write these comments, people don't know you like the way I know you, but it does get misinterpreted. So I was like, you need to, when you write your comments, just be a little bit more mindful. But of course he didn't care about that. But anyways, he used to compare my channel to her a lot. And one of the things he would say is like, every time I upload a video that he didn't like, he would say, oh, your video is just as lame and boring as Christina. And then suddenly out of nowhere, the dude just would start calling her all these names like fat and ugly. And I'll be like, yo, like, chill out. Like, she's beautiful. Like, she's not fat or anything. And he's like, yes, she is. Yes, she is. So I sent him her Instagram. And then he was like, no, those old pictures. So then I was like, well, I met up with her in Santo Domingo. I actually met her in person.
Right.
So I sent him a picture of her in person. And then he's like, oh, no, you just saying that because you like her and that's your friend. So, he's been going around telling people like I've been cock blocking and stuff. But in reality, I'm just trying to defend my friend, because if she's not there, how I see it is if me and you are friends and somebody's talking badly about you and you're not there to defend yourself, I'm going to speak up. So every time I spoke up for her, he took it as me trying to like cock block or do anything. But no, me and Christina, we not a couple or anything. Like I look at her as like an older sister. I think we like 10 years apart. Okay. So that we just got a friendship. I never introduced her as my girl to him, so that's another story that he keeps trying to put out there. But it was just that when me and him were friends, he would always dog her, and so when me and him fell out, Christina's name was brought up a lot in our final argument, and he was disrespecting both of us at the same time. And so then afterwards, when me and him stopped being friends, that's when I told Christina, I said, hey, yo, because, I talk to Christina almost on a weekly basis. Like, me and her are really close.
Okay.
And I was kind of venting to her. I was like, bro, like, this dude, he got me messed up, because of the stuff he did, which I'm going to get into later. But I was like, if he, he was trying to talk to her, and now he's trying to, like, kiss up to her and say all these nice things. And I was telling her, like, yo, you need to stay away from this dude. Like, he talking all this mad crap about you. And she already, once again, she never liked the dude. They was never friends.
Okay.
She never cared. So that's another thing. He keeps, I guess he fabricates this relationship between them that was never there. But I was basically telling her to stay away from him. And then to take it a step further, he was going on other people's lives, talking about her weight, calling her names. And subscribers was actually texting me saying, yo, like, it's this dude talking about you and Christina on live, but he just won't ever take accountability for the things that he did. It's just like, bro, like, you was talking about her, and now you trying to, like, be all cool with her and buddy, but it's just like she already saw through it. Like, she saw the messages, and he said some other things about her that I'm not going to repeat just out of respect for Christina. But that's pretty much why he, or I guess, like, his little beef with me towards Christina, that's where that came from.
Well, tell me one thing he said about Christina, because I feel like you can't just be like, oh, I don't want to say what, like, just give us a little bit, just a little bit.
Well, of course, like, the things about calling her, talking about her weight, calling her fat,
right.
Calling her ugly, talking about the appearance on her body. He said some other sexual things that, it's just like, I don't want to, it's just like, I don't want to just put that out there because I don't want those things to be circling around.
I got you.
But he was just saying some other, like, real things. But she's my friend, so
I
don't want to do her like that.
Okay. All right. So on JoJo's channel, the video actually that you commented on, and Caribbean Casanova also commented on, where I talked about what JoJo was saying. So on that video, Caribbean Casanova said that you guys had been friends for, what did he say, like, was it 7 to 8 years? Was that what was said?
Yeah, I heard 7 years.
7 years. Okay. So obviously it wasn't 7 years because you commented and it was like, that's not correct. So what was the timeline of your friendship like? Like, if you could say in years, what was the timeline like? Was it from 2017 to 2019, or like, what was the timeline like?
Okay. Are you ready? Because you're going to be surprised when I say this.
Okay, tell me.
I only knew this dude for 3 months.
What?
I've only known him from January of 2020 to March of 2020.
So pre-COVID. So basically, like, that little time frame between, like, the beginning of the year.
Before COVID started. So the beginning of this year.
What?
January to March. So all this drama and all these videos, I mean, you would think that me and him known each other for 6 years.
Yeah.
But no, like, this, I've only known this dude for 3 months.
Oh,
and
wow.
To be exact, I had to look at my messages, but it was January 2nd was the day he messaged me. And our argument was March 22nd. I don't lie. So, but I've only known him for 3 months. And so, yeah, that whole thing about 7 years, that's something that he told JoJo. And once again, I had said in the video, I said, well, I would have been a teenager at the time because I would have been in high school. I'm only 22 right now. So that didn't make sense. And then I heard another one that was like 3 years, but 3 years ago, people didn't know who I was on YouTube. That was like kind of when I was just starting. So I knew that was a lie. And then something else he said that me and JoJo was friends. That's not true. Me and JoJo had never spoken to each other. I never spoken to JoJo. I don't know the guy. He recently subscribed to my channel the other day, so I do appreciate that. Shout out to him. But Caribbean Casanova was going on, like, I think it was Third Mundo's live, saying that me and JoJo was friends and we didn't want people to know about it, and we was actually teaming up with Miko. Just all this, like, crazy stuff. But no, like, I didn't know Caribbean Casanova 7 years ago. That was made up. Okay.
So you kind of answered my question in a way, but I'm going to just go ahead and say this because I don't know. I mean, I wrote the question down, but now I'm hearing your side of the story and hearing that you've only known him for 3 months. Obviously, you, Caribbean Casanova, and Miko weren't all friends collectively. So, like, Caribbean Casanova didn't know Miko. You and Miko knew each other, and Caribbean Casanova just kind of popped on the scene, so to say.
Yeah, so, like, basically, me and Caribbean Casanova was actually friends, but Miko, I did know him, and I did meet him at the food drive. I wouldn't necessarily say me and Miko was actually friends because I made a video a while back, but it's no longer up on my channel. But I did make a video explaining the whole Miko situation, and I felt like Miko, he kind of moved a little bit funny. He did a lot of shady things. But no, that's why I wouldn't really consider Miko an actual friend. But me and Caribbean Casanova, yeah, we was friends. And
but I did see it.
He was never cool with Miko. He never liked him.
Got you. I think I did see a video of you. I think at the food drive, you were like on his bike. You were on a bike with him or something. Y'all were going to get more people or something. Was that you?
Yeah, that was me at the food drive.
Okay. So you and Miko linked up at the food drive. Then there wasn't people showing up. So then y'all had to go into town to get some people and then come back to the food drive. Is that what happened?
Yeah, so what happened was, like, at the food drive, first of all, I wasn't even supposed to be at the food drive because, like I told you, it was some things about the dude, Miko, he lied a lot about a lot of little things leading up to the food drive, and there was just a lot of different little things that were kind of off
sketchy
about the whole situation.
Right.
So, but when I was at the beach, because I was in Sosua doing my thing, I saw the food drive being set up, and I was like, oh, wait, like, this is the day of the food drive, because I wasn't paying attention to anything that was going on onto YouTube at that time,
right,
pertaining to Miko. So when on the beach or whatever, we had encountered each other, and then that's when, I told him, he was like, oh, you was at the food drive, like, I didn't expect you to be here. And I told him, I was like, well, yeah, I wasn't coming here because, and that's when I then told him how I felt. I said, I felt like you was kind of funny and you was doing some shady things. He apologized, and after he apologized, he then said, okay, like, we were looking around the beach, and he was like, so, yo, can you help me because it ain't nobody here? And I need people to come to the food drive because the event is about to start, whatever. Now, in that moment, I could have said no and been like, nah, I'm not going to do it. But then I felt like that would have took me 10 steps backwards because, like I said, I don't really have competition with people. I'm not trying to hold grudges with people.
Sure.
And, and essentially, it was for the children in the Dominican Republic. Like, that's what the food drive was for.
Right.
And I love the Dominican people. So that's why I agreed to actually help and be a part of the food drive when he had asked me. So the whole motorcycle thing, how that came about was there are two entrances on the Sosua Beach. You got the Charter Miko side, and then you got the side where the strip is. Well, we were at the Charter Miko side, and there was only one motorcycle there. And I told him, I said, hey, Miko, like, I can get a second motorcycle. But Miko was, like, adamant. He was like, bro, like, we in a rush. We don't got time. Like, we need to hurry up. He was kind of freaking out. So I was like, all right, we're just going to have to tough it up. Hopped on the motorcycle, went to Charter Miko's, 15 minutes tops. Like, we was in and out. All we were doing was talking to the parents and telling them, hey, come out to the drive. There's going to be games, prizes. He needed a translator because he doesn't speak Spanish. That's why he asked me to come. And I wish I knew the motorcycle dude. I know his face, but, I mean, he would be there to vouch for me. That's all we did. We just went to the neighborhood and then came back to the beach. And then after that, I never saw Miko again. Never, like, that was it.
Okay.
So
got you.
That's how I ended up at the food drive.
Okay, so you did kind of touch on it, but how did the homosexuality and the pedophilia come into play with your whole situation with Caribbean in respect to Caribbean Casanova? Like, how did these things come up? How did these accusations start with you?
All right, so that whole homosexuality thing came from the motorcycle, okay? Now, from the jump, Caribbean Casanova has been having a kick out of this entire thing, which, even when me and him was friends, he said, I'm going to joke about this for the rest of your life. You know this, right? Like, that was actually our first conversation. It was about the motorcycle. And the motorcycle thing, he said, yo, I see you was on the motorcycle with Miko. Let me ask, are you gay? And I said, no, bro. Like, in the Dominican Republic, like, anybody who lives in the DR or who has traveled to the Dominican Republic knows that there can be people of the same sex on a motorcycle and it not be anything sexual. Like,
Absolutely.
That's completely normal.
Absolutely.
And I mean, you a Dominican yourself, you know that you can see 4 or 5 people on a motorcycle and it not be anything sexual.
And 2 babies, but go on.
Yeah, with babies. I mean, I done seen it all. Groceries. Yeah. Like, it's crazy. So that is perfectly normal in the Dominican Republic. But of course, you got to look at the audience. The audience is American predominantly. So, some of the people got childish mindsets and they want to sexualize everything. Mm-hmm. And it's like, it's cool, people can make the jokes laugh. I've been getting it for 9 months. So it's like, But that's how that whole thing started. So he's been kind of going around telling people like, oh, y'all went on dates and all this type of stuff. And it's like, I only saw the dude for 1 hour because at the time I was 21. So out of my 21 years on this planet, 1 hour of me going to help out with the food drive, people have just completely blown this up out of like proportion. And then they're saying like, oh yeah, y'all was at the club. We wasn't at the club. Okay, because I was only in Sosua for 2 days. Mm-hmm. Technically 3. I came on a Friday night, and I left on a Sunday. Okay. But yeah, so I met Miko today. It was Sunday, so Sunday was the day of the drive. So that's the day I actually met Miko, and so there was no way for us to hang out or do anything. He didn't even know I left Sosua after the drive. I had went back to Santo Domingo because I'm just not a real big fan of Sosua. Mm-hmm. It's just not this is not my cup of tea. But I had ended up leaving. But that's how that whole thing came about. Now the whole pedophilia thing came when, of course, when it came out that Miko was a pedophile, people started to try to put, everybody wanted
pieces together,
Inspector Gadget, mm-hmm. and try to connect the dots and be like, well, if Jrod was at the food drive, then that must mean he was doing the thing. And it's just like, bro, like, it was so many YouTubers at the thing, like, bro, it was people there, like, for example, Taylor Made Dreams. That's another guy, real popular in the YouTube community. Mm-hmm. He actually gave the dude $100. If you watch my Sosua vlog, I dap up Taylor. I said, hey, what's up, Taylor Made? And then Taylor Made is like, oh, here, I got something for you. He was talking to Miko. He gave the dude $100. Like, a lot of people was out there supporting dude. And the thing about it is, I was the only person, with the exception of Flip Flop, because Flip Flop, he wasn't even at the food drive. And now I understand why. But I was the only person who spent the least amount of time with this guy. I mean, there were people who had videos with the dude. There were some people that was living with the guy. And I'm not throwing shots or anything. I'm just saying. But it was like,
absolutely,
there were so many different people hanging out with the guy. I only saw this dude for like literally 2 seconds. It was like an hour, and people had just made this into an entire thing, all because of the motorcycle.
And that was the only time you had ever even seen him and dealt with him.
Yeah, that was it. Like, that was it. Other than, some Instagram, because, I keep in contact with other YouTubers through Instagram. We mm-hmm. talk about the business stuff. But other than that, that was it. Like, I never saw the dude again. It was for 1 hour. And at the food drive, I didn't even really see him because there was so many people there. Like, right. He was the host of the event, so everybody was recording and doing interviews and stuff. And here's another thing I want to say. When people try to, like, blame me and say that I was a part of it, what you guys fail to realize is that Miko was living in Sosua for 5 to 6 months. So he did not have to wait till the day of the food drive to be around children. He could have chose any other day to go around and mess around with kids.
Right.
The food drive was not the day where magically, okay, and to be honest, the food drive wasn't even about the kids. It was really about money because the dude was running broke. And that was one of the reasons why I was kind of not feeling the dude because he was lying about stuff. But when I was asking him, like, what did he do to make income, he couldn't really give me a direct answer. He would always lie about it. Well, that's why, because he didn't have money. So he did the food drive to accumulate money. That's how he was funding his lifestyle.
Right. And I think according to Mayor, his family was helping him too. Like, his family was sending some money.
His family was supporting. So, like, every time I asked him, that was one of the things he kept lying to me about. And I was like, bro, this dude is a liar, Mm-hmm. And I knew he was capping, but that was like the thing. It was so the food drive really wasn't even about kids.
Right. It was about the money.
And by the way, for the record, it was a legitimate food drive. Like, people did get, families were taken care of, and it was food, but it just was,
that wasn't
it was
the
shady,
main,
like the business part of it. But,
right.
Yeah, and another thing is, one more thing about the food drive that I want to say is, okay, I know Miko, what he did was stupid, but why? But for people to think that he would mess with kids the day of the food drive, I think that's just a little bit silly, only because everybody was looking for the dude. Now, if you're trying to do something in private or secret, I don't think you would want to do that the day when you're the most important person that everybody's looking for you. That's like a bride trying to rob a bank on her wedding day in a wedding dress. Like, everybody's going to see her,
Sure.
So for the people to try to be like, oh, the food drive, that was the day where he was going around doing that. Like, no, like, it was so many people out there. It was like 300 people, and Miko was busy the whole time. So,
right.
I just wanted to debunk that because people, they tried to flip that and put that on me. But no, none of that's true. I had nothing to do with it.
Okay. Let me move on to the next question. Now, I spoke to you a little bit earlier, And you were saying that you knew some things about Caribbean Casanova that you could really take him down with. Would you like to elaborate on that? You said, like, you know, there's some things you know about Caribbean Casanova that, you know, there's a reason why he's coming at you the way he's coming at you.
Yeah, so there is a particular reason why Caribbean Casanova is very, I guess, fixated on everything that I do. And he knows the reason why, and I know the reason why. And the thing about it is, I've been trying my best to get a dude to pass. Like, I really have. Like, I didn't want to take this to social media, you know, but it's just kind of like the dude, when people just keep, you know, picking, it's just kind of like, you just kind of have like that point where you feel like you want to say anything. Or when.
So, Jrod, tell us the reason. The suspense is killing me. What's up? Talk to us.
All I'm going to say is that.
Come on, Jrod.
All I'm going to say is when it's time for me to speak up, it's going to be time for me to
It's time. The time is now. Claro news.
And the thing is, it's like, the dude, he keeps coming from this is what I will say.
Okay.
He keeps saying that he keeps coming from my sexuality, but I feel like he's not being truthful about himself. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well.
And he knows what it is. And I don't want to put it out there like that. So it's just like, I would rather just leave it alone.
Let us draw our own conclusions.
Yeah.
Damn.
But if I got to, you know, I can go there.
Oh my gosh. Woo! Okay. Well, we're going to move on to the next question. All right. So, what would you like to address and or clear up on your end? So, I think, you know, you were saying, you know, there were some things you wanted to talk about. There were some things you wanted to say about Miko. Like, whatever you want to say, this, like, you have the complete floor at this point in time. Anything you want to say, anything you want to clear up, go ahead and say it.
I would just say that in terms of Caribbean Casanova, once again, I never did anything to this dude. Okay, everything, like I said, I've always been a good friend. You know, I always was supportive or whatever. I hate that it actually got to this point. I never would have even imagined that it would gotten to this point. But, you know, the only thing I asked was when the whole video went down, like when I had made my Miko video, the guy, he was making jokes about it. And I just felt like that wasn't cool. You know, if you're supposed to be my friend, you know, why would you say some things like that? Like, he was writing it in the comment section. And the only reason why he was doing that is because I made 2 videos. So I actually made 2 videos about the Miko situation. And the first video, I forgot to say this. During my Miko video, he actually was the person that was telling me to make the video and put the motorcycle clip in. Like, the dude was like, yo, you need to put the motorcycle clip in. And I felt like that was just kind of a setup. Now, looking back at it, for people to, like, make fun of me. But basically, when the whole video went down, I was reading the comments. You know, he was actually supportive in telling me, like, yo, if people say this, you know, just block them, report them. Like, that's not cool. People trying to play you and say that you was a part of it. Right. And when I made the second video, he got upset and was like, why would you make the second video? Now that's going to make you look guilty and all this stuff. And I told him, I was like, well, I don't have nothing to hide. And if my subscribers want to know, you know, I would give them the answers. And so, but anyways, he would just, like, write in the comment section under fake profiles, just saying, like, all these different things about me, saying, like, oh, yeah, Miko, Jrod and Miko boyfriends, and, oh, you're a pedophile supporter. And that's why me and him essentially ended up falling out. And I told him that, you know, that's not what friends do, essentially. But, yeah, and then after that, he's just been on the internet talking about me for 9 months, you know, different live chats, different videos, and I just don't understand the problem. But in terms of just clearing up the air with me, guys, on the Bible, I had nothing to do with the Miko Worldwide situation, okay? I had no clue that the dude was even messing with kids. Like, that was never even a thing until after the food drive, when people was hitting me up, telling me about it. And another thing is that I don't have no beef with anybody on YouTube. Like, I'm a chill dude. I'm a laid-back person. But yeah, that's pretty much all I can think of.
And what people don't realize about Dominicans is Dominicans don't play about pedophilia at all. That's not something that people play with.
That bothered me. And yeah, and that, I'm glad you brought that up, because, you know, being a YouTuber in the Dominican Republic, and, you know, I get recognized when I go places, you know, sometimes. You know, even for me being a small YouTuber, it is still surprising when I go to certain cities or neighborhoods and people be like, oh, yeah, you Jrod, you do the videos. But if somebody were to go around and believe in the stuff that he was saying, you know, that could put me in danger. Like, they could put a hit out on me and be like, oh, you know, like, if people were to believe those rumors, just because, you know, like, they don't play about pedophilia over there. And I mean, this is the same country where all you got to say is ladrón. You know, like in the neighborhood, if a thief is there and everybody, I'm talking about the mama, the grandmama, the uncle, the neighbors, the dog, everybody coming with, you know, sticks, shovels, and bricks, and they're beating the crap out of the dude. And, you know, like, I've seen that countless times in the Dominican Republic. Anytime somebody's like a thief or, you know, somebody comes into the neighborhood, they all just attack the guy, like, as a community. And so, and sometimes even kill the person. So it's just kind of like, for this guy to be putting that out there without no hardcore receipts or facts, and you just, like, trying to tarnish people's reputation, like, I just don't think that's cool. And, you know, all I'm going to say is you will be held accountable for everything you do in life. And, you know, I don't wish karma on nobody or bad luck, but, you know, I am a believer in God, and I do know that God, he does hold people accountable for all their actions. And all I'm going to say is, bro, just count your days, man, because, I mean, like I said, it ain't coming from me. I'm just telling you that you putting all this energy out into the world, you reap the things that you sow. Right. All right, so, I mean, that's just straight facts, man.
All right, Jrod. Well, if there's nothing else you want to say, then I want to thank you so much for coming and clearing that up for us and giving us the backstory and just filling us in on the gaps. I do have one more question, though. So,
oh, my bad. I interrupted you. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I just got one more question. So how does JoJo fit into this whole equation? Is he just somebody that's just doing YouTube, or like, how does JoJo fit into this whole equation?
All right, so apparently Caribbean Casanova and JoJo at one point were cool, I guess. I don't really know how their relationship, you have to ask JoJo specifically, but he was telling JoJo, yeah, I think that's what it was. He was telling JoJo some things about me, and so I guess that's how my name was brought up when JoJo said, and then Casanova was saying that Jrod was gay and all this stuff or whatever. And so, but the thing about JoJo is JoJo at one point was a supporter of Miko's channel before the pedophile stuff. He didn't know about it.
Sure.
But when it came out that he, you know, Miko was a pedophile, obviously JoJo wasn't rocking with it anymore. But I guess Casanova was trying to say that, you know, JoJo was supporting Miko, or, like, you know, a part of the whole thing. So he was targeting him as well. But in terms of their relationship, I don't really know the exact dynamics. You have to ask him.
Got you. And you and Flip Flop, y'all are still cool?
Yeah, me and Flip, we still cool. I just texted him the other day.
Okay. Yeah. All right, Jrod. Well, I just want to thank you so much for doing this interview, like I said, and clearing things up. If there's nothing else you want to say, do you got any shout outs? Anybody you want to shout out?
I just want to give a quick shout out to Viva Bay by Xtina. Everybody needs to go follow her channel. She does a really, really good job with just talking about Dominican content and the culture and the history. Like, very educational channel. And also another channel, Made from Energy. That's another girl. She's on the rise. She's actually in Santo Domingo right now. She's doing a lot of content as well. But yeah, those are the two people that I really rock with. And yeah, I don't really have anything else. Like, I thank you for allowing me to come on here. Guys, like I said, I don't have no problem with the dude. I don't know why. And Caribbean Casanova, if you are watching this, bro, like, I don't have a problem with you, bro. You know, like, I was in Piantini the other day. That's, according to him, that's where he lives. You know, we could have squashed it. We could have talked it out. You know, I don't know what it is, but, bro, I don't got the issue with you, man. I don't.
But if he want to come with the heat, you coming with the smoke.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oh, and one more thing I want to talk about. So the videos that he made about me, like, I know, first of all, I don't watch them, but people, you know, the subscribers messy, so they be sending the links, and they be like, ooh, such and such did this, you know, but I happened to click on one of them just to see what it was about, and I saw a little clip, and the videos, man, come on, guys. The dude, he literally took all of my videos. Like, this dude went through all my blogs and then found every little part where he could be like, oh, this dude is gay. So, like, for example, I'll be at the club with my friends, but he'll only show the clips where it's like with the guys, but he wouldn't show it when, you know, when we're with the girls. Or, like, for example, I went on a date with my girlfriend at the time, and he didn't even show that clip. You know, he just showed the part where I was at the park talking to my friend. He was a break dancer. And, but it's like, why not show the clip when, you know, I went on a date with my girl and we got ice cream and, you know, went out to dinner and stuff like that. So, I mean, he was really reaching with all these different videos. I thought that was just kind of crazy, but, you know, I just call it cherry picking. You know, it's like opening up a bag of Skittles and M&Ms and you just taking out all the red ones and being like, look, they only showed me the red ones. Like, that's kind of how he's doing with these videos. And that's just on all YouTubers, like, that he's been talking about. He just, like, will find these little clips and then he'll write a false narrative or a fake narrative. Like the dude said, I decked 4 trannies. He said, word on the street, Jrod decked 4 trannies in Sosua. Bro, first of all, I was only in Sosua for 2 days. And second of all, at the time, nobody knew who I was like that in Sosua anyway. So it wasn't no word on the street. But, you know, I just find that funny when he, like, how he orchestrates these videos. I think it's crazy.
And that's crazy. That's even crazier. Like, I'm Dominican, but I never even been to Sosua. So that's a fun fact. Never even been to Sosua. I mean, I know about different places, but I've never been there. But I heard it's something for sure.
Yeah, Sosua is definitely it's a small town, so
right. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody knows what's going on.
Everything is kind of I joked with Flip one day when I was at his restaurant. I said it's almost like a high school because everybody's just kind of in your business. But at the time, nobody knew who I was. So when that rumor about, oh, he decked 4 trannies, like, that was completely false. Oh, and somebody said that I was at Classicos with Miko. First of all, Classicos was closed down in December last year. So I just want to throw that out. But yeah. So yeah.
All right. Anything else? Anything else you want to talk about? Tell us how you really feel, Jrod.
I'm trying to think. I think I got it.
All right, so I want to take a second one more time and just to thank you for coming on my channel and clearing up some of these things. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of questions after this. I'm sure, you know, maybe Caribbean Casanova's going to want to come on the channel and talk his truth. So, you know, we'll see. But thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I appreciate it. Like, thank you so much for, like, you know, like I said, I've been quiet for 9 months, so I just felt like I had to say what I had to say.
All right, appreciate that. Que vaina flaca.